Hey everyone, this is just a short video to help you get a better idea of what the author is saying in chapter 39, Introduction to Voice Leading. I think the concepts and techniques about how to hear the root position or the first inversion is actually could be quite useful, but given the textbook doesn't have a lot of musical examples that you can hear readily, I wanted to give a chance to elaborate on some of these concepts with actual music. Right now, you don't see any music here at the moment because I'm just going to play you the J.S. Bach Chorale number 26 excerpt from page 180 without the music first. And the author, by the way, there is a pickup beat, so know that, and this is in 4/4. And the author here is specifically thinking about the first bar, the second chord, which is going to be the third pulse that you're hearing because of the pickup. Let's take a listen first. Right, so by now you should have discerned that this is in major, right? In fact, this is an F major, okay? And again, the chord that we're thinking about is the first full bar, the second beat, which will be, again, the third pulse, the third chord that you're hearing in this excerpt. Listen to it again and see if you can get a sense of what the harmony might be and what Roman numeral it might be. All right, so I'm showing you finally the notation, right? So this is an F major, and you can follow along with the text on page 180 as well. But in particular, right, the author is saying we're focusing on just measure 1 and beat 2. The bass line, which by now hopefully we've had enough practice with the bass line that you can hear very readily that this is a re in F major. And so since only really root position and first inversion chords are what's seen in these kinds of 4-part harmony exercises the most often, right? Root position, first inversion, those are the ones that we're going to focus on. And given that those are the two options, if the bass here is a re, you only really have two chords, right? So you have you could be a 5/3 chord with re in the bass would be re fa la. And if it's a 6/3 chord with re in the bass, it would be re fa ti. Right, so those are the two chords, and the only difference really is that upper voice, right? Versus, okay, so that's the first point. Again, this is in sort of the second part of page 180, and so your job is to figure out does the third voice take place on the la, right, or the ti? What the author is proposing is that we hear in counterpoint, a contrapuntal line that either leads from do to ti, which you can see from that's what it does, right, from the first beat to the second beat, or another contrapuntal line that goes from sol to la, right? And so your job is to hear, does the do, right, in the chord that's before, does it descend to ti, which would give you that 6/3 chord, or does the sol from the chord before, right, does it go up to a la, right? If it does, then you would have a 5/3 chord, right? And so the second thing that he mentions here, the downbeat of measure 2 is another good example here, right? So the pitch fa in the bass could either support a 5/3 chord, so fa la do, right? So, or a 6/3 chord, so fa la re. And since the previous harmony is a tonic triad, right, we can trace that do again, right, to see whether it suspends or just, it stays in the same place or does it move to re? And of course, in this case, it stays on do, which then gives you an idea that, oh, this is, you can conclude that this is in fact a chord in the 5-3 position, this one right here, right? Because the F stays in the same place, okay, and creates a root position chord. So in this case, this is of course a 4 chord. So this is one way for you to hone in on the voice leading above, somewhere above, to try to give you an idea of, at each juncture, whether or not the bass is supporting a 5-3 chord or a 6-3 chord. Okay, so I hope this helps, elaborate some of this stuff. Let's just play it again, and let's just hear in context, and we'll end it here.